Hey, beautiful souls. This is Kanisha with Peace, Love, and Faith. And today's video and topic is actually going to be answering a question that one of my viewers had asked in one of my previous videos. And her question was, what does your twin flame feel or think when you are not communicating? And how do they view your twin flame union if they don't quite know that you guys are twin flames? So, I have definitely moved through a lot of this, and I will break down a few things for you guys. Uh, and make sure you stay all the way till the end because you're going to want to know this. So, the first question was, what do they feel or think when you are not communicating with them or they're not communicating with you? Well, first, know that your twin flame at the core does truly desire to communicate with you, but they are mirroring to you somewhere where you're not communicating with yourself if there is no communication happening. This is something that I do work a lot through because what it comes down to is how deep of presence you have with yourself. How present are you with yourself on a daily basis? How present are you within your peace? Are you being distracted from everything that's happening in the 3D with your twin flame? Or are you focused on your inner world and knowing the truth that they are your twin flame and that they desire you? So, if they're not communicating with you, what they're feeling and thinking is that they also desire to communicate with you. They are probably feeling some resistance about communication, whether it's speaking their truth or just authentically showing up in communication. But ultimately, they are going to mirror you. So, however you feel about not communicating with them is how they feel about not communicating with you, because you are one at the core. It may look a little different on the outside for the both of you, but at the core, you both feel the same way. Now, what if they don't know that you guys are twin flames? At the core, they do. At a soul level, they do know that you're twin flames. And so, this is not something that you ever have to convince or try to make them understand that you're twin flames. When I presented to the man that I'm exploring as my twin flame that we were twin flames. This is before I even thought that him and I were twin flames. I just freely communicated and authentically spoke about twin flames because this is something that I was studying for years, and I just felt guided to like share it with him. And so he had knew about it prior to me asking him to explore us being twin flames. And ironically, when I had asked him, he was the first and only person that I had actually communicated that I wanted to explore us being twin flames. And he was very open to it. He was like, yeah, sure. And it actually kind of surprised me. But in truth, when you make a choice, your true twin flame is going to meet you in that choice really easily. In places where most people would fight me on things, he kind of is just like, okay, yeah, like let's look at it. So that is actually very relieving because you always make the same core choice. So at a soul level, they know that you are twin flames. Now, it's actually very, in my opinion, it's very grateful for me. Like, I'm grateful because I have this work. And so I am able to move through my upsets and my feelings and all of these things that come up that I'm being triggered by my twin flame by using the mirror exercise. My twin flame doesn't quite have the mirror exercise. I mean, he does. I've taught him it and I've shared it with him and I've walked him through a few upsets, but I don't know if it's his direct way of moving through things. I think he moves. Sorry, I'm like, so it sounds like someone knocked on my door and it's just me. Um, it's it's not his first. I don't think it's his first way of like moving through upsets. I've never asked him. Maybe he has taken it on, but it's something that I choose, and so I'm grateful that I do have a way of working through upsets instead of having to sit in my upsets or like be like, why is he triggering me? What is happening here? For him, it might be a little bit more uncomfortable for him to work through some things because he doesn't quite have these tools. He can take them on, he can tap into our consciousness, he can ask God, and God would bring him to these things, and maybe he has. And so, whatever path it takes for your twin flame to come to this place that you guys are twin flames, that's between him and God, or them and God. And so you have to surrender them in that process and their journey to coming to the realizations that you are twin flames. You never have to convince or try to like make them see that you guys are. the more that you do your inner work and the more that you love yourself, the more that it'll just naturally unfold. And what I heard today in my coaching session with my Ascension coach is that when you believe and allow yourself to see your union as what it truly is, which is your true twin flame, and that you're meant to be one and together instead of seeing yourselves as separate, that is when you really start healing that separation consciousness, because you're not viewing your union outside of you or separate from you. You're seeing it as one and already yours and manifesting from within. It's not something you manifest outside of yourself or that you bring together outside of yourself. So if you feel guided to communicate with your twin flame, communicate with them. I feel guided to communicate with my twin flame here and there, and I'll reach out. And recently I have found that I've reached out and he hasn't responded or like called me back. I do see him periodically, but for me, it was helping me go deeper into really looking at some of these places where I wasn't actually communicating with myself, specifically around my finances, and really looking at where my finances were communicating with me, but I wasn't really receiving the communication, or I wasn't actually going into that space. And so when you communicate with all of yourself, all of your authentic self, all of these areas in your life, and you have a healthy communication, a healthy just presence in that space, you'll find that your twin flame is going to reflect that. Your twin flame is going to reflect every area to you until you can harmonize in every space. And I know that sounds hard, but it really just requires your awareness in certain spaces. And one moment, God might be showing you your finances, and you look at your finances and you heal them. And then as you move throughout your day, it might come up around boundaries with your family. You look at that place, you heal it, you move on with your day. So it's not like you're healing in every moment. You'll be doing things in life, and then life will present something to you to look at, and you can make a new choice there by using the mirror exercise. And you're always going to be invited to look at places that don't feel good or that aren't in alignment with love, so that you can bring love into that space and transmute it and heal it and allow harmony and just unconditional love in that space to manifest something that is truly in alignment for your highest good. So I'm really learning in this process of not always hearing back from my twin flame that I just require deeper love in this space. And I'm also realizing more and more that I do the mirror exercise, that I don't need him to communicate with me to feel complete in this space. I don't need him to communicate with me to feel good. I don't actually don't need anything from him. I do desire to connect with him, of course. I love him, but I don't need anything from him in order to feel loved. And that's the difference between like soulmates and twin flames, is like a soulmate relationship is like, I need you to do this for me, or I need you to do that. And a twin flame relationship is, I'm gonna love you whether or not you show up or not. I'm gonna love you whether or not you respond to me or not. Like it's hard to explain, but like now that I've had the contrast of a soulmate relationship to my twin flame, there are things that sometimes my twin flame would do that would drive me nuts in a soulmate relationship, but once I really heal it at the core, I feel peaceful there, and I no longer feel triggered, but I feel more love for my twin flame. And this is something that my gurus eventually explained to me, but because I hadn't really like experienced it until being with my twin flame, was I like, whoa, like they're right. Like I've healed through this space, and I do have deeper love for him. I do have deeper gratitude for him. I have deeper compassion for him. I see him even more clearly, because in truth, he's always, not always, but in truth, if he's doing something, he's usually bidding for love, or vice versa. He's showing me where I'm bidding for love because we're one. But it's just been a really humbling experience to learn how to unconditionally love someone, and then at the same time learning how to unconditionally love myself, and learning how to go to God for all of the things that I need, and then seeing God move through them when it's time. But it may feel like you're doing a lot of, like, that's really what your union is inner work. That's the truth. You don't have to do anything on the outside to make your union come together. It's all inner work. And so it may feel like you're doing a lot of inner work all the time, and that's okay. There will come to a place where it won't feel so much, or you won't have to do the mirror exercise so much, and you'll experience more love than upset. But at some point in time of your journey, you're going to experience more upsets than love, and this is where persistence is so important. So I know I got on a little tangent there, but your twin flame is moving through all the same things that you're moving through. It just looks a little different on the outside. And they have God as equally as much as you do. But you just have a more of a deeper I guess, awareness in your 3D than maybe they do, or you never know. They may have looked up twin flames. They may actually know that you are twin flames, but they're just not ready to move through that conversation yet. And so the best thing that you can do is truly claim you and your union and choose to see yourself already in your union. Choose to see yourself already as that couple with your twin flame. You don't need that validation outside of yourself or from them. You know in your heart who they are. And as long as you continue to claim that and choose that in your heart, it will manifest in the 3D. So I hope this is helpful. I hope this answered the question to the viewer who asked. And I really do love when you guys make post comments and when you guys let me know that these videos were helpful. It really does encourage me to continue putting out more. And I just thank you guys for just continuing with me. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day and so much love and peace to all of you. All right. Love, peace, and faith. Bye, guys.